I think oftentimes we want people to be this ideal individual.
Yeah, yeah.
So I take the Jesus approach, right? Unconditional love, agape
Yes.
love, thinking about when I was a sinner, thinking about when I was messed up, thinking about when I was on my way to be drugged out, to be locked up, to be dead, right? So I put myself in the shoes of these young brothers because I was once these young brothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it wasn't for a mentor who came in my life and gave me the blueprint and the DNA, I wouldn't be here.
I'm still here. That's right. Living inside this tent for 100 days from November the 20th to February 28th, bring to you the issues and awareness that you need to know about the violence on the south side of Chicago, but also to raise as much money as possible to build a community center on this much needed block called O Block. It's called O Block because it's named after a young man named O.D. Perry who was shot and killed. The gangs took the O in his name and started calling it O Block. We decided we're going to keep the O, but we're going to change it to Opportunity Block. I want to thank Fox Network for giving me the opportunity every day to bring you Rooftop Revelations, to share with you my thoughts, viewpoints, and opinions as it relates to what's going on in Chicago and across our great country. Today, I have with me a brother that is doing fantastic, phenomenal, awesome work with males, with young black boys. He has a mentoring program. His name is Vondale Singleton, and I want to welcome him to our show and have him talk to you about what's going on in Chicago with our young black boys. So Vondale, welcome, man.
Hey, man, thanks, Pastor. You know, Pastor was actually the first person to give me an opportunity to work within the community. And just over the years, my motto was to pay it forward.
Absolutely.
It's to figure out a way, because it doesn't matter how successful we become individually.
Yes.
What determines our success is how well we can make somebody else successful.
Absolutely.
And really, that's what mentorship has been about. The innovation around mentorship. So we created a program called CHAMPS. And CHAMPS stands for culturally helping and making positive success. And we believe that every young person is born to win in every situation in life. So education, empowerment, and exposure, those 3 E's are the basis of what we do every single day.
And you're doing it well, man. You know, whenever people talk to me about mentoring, I say, yeah, we do a lot of mentoring. We mentor a lot of kids, but the best one that I know at doing it, hands down, is Vondale Singleton and what you do. Man, how is it that you're able to take these young boys, especially, I'm going to talk specifically about the ones who are on the edge. And when I talk about the edge, I'm talking about the ones they just one step away from making some really bad decisions. How is it that you take those young boys and you redirect them and help them change their lives? We know of some that you really have helped. And so how do you do that?
Yeah, so building authentic relationships, meeting them where they are, not judging them. I think oftentimes we want people to be this ideal individual.
Yeah.
So I take the Jesus approach, right? Unconditional love, agape love, thinking about when I was a sinner, thinking about when I was messed up, thinking about when I was on my way to be drugged out, to be locked up, to be dead, right? So I put myself in the shoes of these young brothers because I was once these young brothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it wasn't for a mentor who came in my life and gave me the blueprint and the DNA, I wouldn't be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, so what do you think we need to do with the violence in Chicago? You know, we're experiencing a lot of violence. It's the height of the violence since the 90s, really. What is it that we can do to fix this issue? Because some people who are watching across America are saying, you know, all this violence in Chicago, what are they doing about it? And I want them to know that, listen, there are some people like you, like myself, really working hard to get rid of this violence. But what, from your point of view, what can we do more of?
I think we need to shine a light on what works. You know, we don't have a silver bullet. Is one of the approaches. Mentorship is one of the approaches. But everybody talk about violence prevention, but no one want to talk about violence intervention and prevention working together.
Absolutely.
So I want to do prevention before we have to do intervention.
Exactly.
I want to get the brothers before
so they don't need it.
Exactly.
Right.
So the younger we start accessing, you know, families, because we know we're dealing with a lot of young brothers who don't have a father in a home. So the only example they get is from the block. It's from the hood.
Absolutely.
So when we replace that and we're consistent and we show up and we're consistent and we show up and we're consistent and we show up and we steadily coming, right? We replace these negative images of what they know to be a man, especially a black man. And so essentially what I believe needs to continue to happen is the resources and finding out best practices, who are getting the outcomes, you know, who's doing the work,
outcomes,
and double and triple down and 10x what they're doing, because it's a blueprint. And it can be replicated, it can be duplicated, but it has to be sustained. Yeah,
that's what I tell people, that we got to figure out ways that these institutions that are working, they have the outcomes, like like Project Hood and Champs Mentoring. We have to figure out ways to get them resourced even more so that we can 10x it, maximize it. That's why we're trying to build this center, so we can just do more work, greater work.
Absolutely.
And but man, listen, I am so excited about what you're doing. I know you've been. What are some of the things now that you're doing with Champs Mentoring? I want some of the people to know, and I want them to know how they can go to your website and check it out too.
Absolutely. So right now, Champs represent over 71 schools across Chicagoland area. We're popping up chapters across the United States.
That's awesome.
But the power in what we do is power partnership. You mentioned Project Hood. So we partner across corporate specters, business specters, schools, churches, clinics, hospitals, whoever need us. Wherever there's a black or brown boy, we want to be there. And so we get outreach from everywhere, because people realize, like, okay, let's simplify what's working. This is not rocket science stuff, right? We know mentorship work. We know doubling down on trades, certifications, license, degrees, whatever pathway we can create, whatever pipeline we can create to give them opportunities, to give them exposure, to have their brain cells grow in a different way. We know it works. It worked with us.
Yes, absolutely.
And it works with the brothers that we're working with every single day.
And it'll keep working.
And it'll keep working. So I think one of the biggest things that I'm thinking about now is, over the past 3 years, we've grown 766%.
Wow.
That's growth in enrollment. That's growth in finances. So people are getting their eyes on, again, what's working, and figuring out from a city perspective, from a state, from a federal perspective, how do we do this on a larger scale.
Right.
So we after 1,000, but we want to get 10,000. We want to get 100,000. We want to get 1 million. We want to get 1 billion. We want to get all of the world. So it's just a few of them that's out there doing bad, but we got 1 million brothers, and we can get those couple guys.
Absolutely. And you know, I think a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's just everybody running buck wild, all these young boys. But it's really just a handful that we got to get our hands on. Well, man, thank you as always. Tell people, how do they find out about Champs Mentoring?
So you can find out about Champs Mentoring. Go to www.champsmentoring.com or champsmentoring.org, and you can follow us on social media at Champs Mentoring.
Absolutely. Listen, America, you've been great helping Project Hood and been a blessing. But if you're looking for another organization to support and to help out, this is definitely one that I believe in wholeheartedly. So many young black boys in Chicago are being blessed and helped as a result of the mentoring that they do. So thank you so very much, as always. Thank you, Vondale.
Thank you, brother. Love you, man.
Love you too. Keep up the good work. I'm proud of you. As I always say, God bless you. God bless America. And until tomorrow, peace.